If you want to learn how to create insane hooks for your short form videos inside DaVinci Resolve, this video is for you. So in this video, I'm going to break down high retention hook styles step by step and show you exactly how to edit them inside DaVinci Resolve. And if you want to follow along with the exact assets I'm using, everything is linked below. So once you have your footage on the timeline, first things first is you're going to go to settings, check use vertical resolution. Now the first thing I'm going to do is go into effects, titles, hook motion, and grab word motion and get a word fade up. And
I left my $30,000 business.
And then write I left my. Change the font from Open Sans to Inter. Change it from bold to medium. Increase the size to around there. And then bring it down just a little bit. And then I'm going to bring this 2 layers up. I'm going to go into letter and get a letter slide right. And this moves slow, so I'm going to open it in Fusion Page. Go to modifiers and set the delay to 0.7.
I left my 30.
Yeah, good. Now I'm going to change the font from Open Sans to Tactic Sans, but I'm going to change it to this Tactic Sans BLKIT. Size it down if you need to. Then I'm going to change it from white to green. And now for business, I'm just going to go into the core motion and I'm just going to get a slide up. I'm going to change the font once again to Inter. Write business. Increase the size. Go to layout and bring it down.
I left my $30,000 business.
Now the final text piece I'm going to add is I'm going to alt drag this, all options if you're on Mac. And then I'm going to write dollars. And I'm going to change it to Poppins, but I'm going to go black italic. Size it up to around 0.6. Increase the tracking just a little bit. And then I'm going to go into, it goes from left to right. I don't want that. So I'm going to go into Fusion Overlay. And at this bottom left, you see there's a green line. I'm going to hold Shift and drag it to the right. Then I'm going to go into shading. I'm going to change the appearance so that it's text outline. I'm going to make it a gradient, and I'm going to change the color from black to green. Now I'm going to add some drop shadows. Just open in Fusion Page. Then I'm going to add 2 drop shadows. You can copy my settings over here. Just going to add 2 drop shadows to everything. Drop shadows will make it look more premium. And the reason why I add 2 drop shadows is because shadow strength is capped at 1. So if you want more of a shadow, I always like adding 2 to make it thicker. Yeah, that looks way better. Now I'm just going to play around with the position of the words a little bit. I'm going to bring I left my down just a little bit. Let it render out. Now you get something like
I left my $30,000 business.
I'm going to go inside the dollars. I'm going to go into shading, and I'm just going to bring this thickness down. I'm going to divide it by 2. So press slash or just divide symbol and divide it by 2. I'm going to go to effects, caption creator, and I'm going to now bring this glow shader to both the green texts.
I left my $30,000 business.
And this business comes from too low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift and scroll up, and then I'm going to drag this handle to the right. Now it's time to add light.
I left my 30.
So I'm going to go into this text, and before the drop shadows, or after, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. I'm going to add a Neo light sweep. You can get them link in the description. Use my code to get a discount. And now I'm going to add another Neo light sweep, the Pro version, and I'm going to bring the center X to the right. Now I'm going to disable glow for both of them. And I'm going to bring the edge intensity down to 0.5. Okay, I'm going to take this glow off because it's interfering with the light sweep.
I left my $30,000 business.
Now the next step is to go to Effects, Adjustment Clip, get an adjustment clip. I'm going to go to Resolve Effects. Then I'm going to get a transform. Drag the transform on there. Then I'm going to keyframe the zoom, go 10 frames forward, keyframe the zoom again, and drag it in. Then I'm going to go to animation and turn motion blur all the way up. Now I'm going to right click the keyframe, ease in, go back, right click the keyframe, ease out. Then I'm going to go into keyframes, and I'm just going to make this better by dragging this handle up just a little bit.
I left my 30.
It zooms in a little bit too much. So I'm going to go to here, and I'm just going to drag this keyframe down to around there. I'm going to find a slide transition because of the text sliding in.
To my $30,000. To my 30.
Then I'm going to speed this up.
To my 30,000.
Let's see how that sounds.
To my $30,000. To my 30,000.
Yes, good. And then I'm going to duplicate this and zoom it in more because of business. Just because I can't hear it, I'm going to bring it to the max to make sure it sounds good.
Business. Business.
Yeah. And then you want to normally bring it to around -15 to -30. That range is where you want sounds to be. And then I'm going to add a riser. Slow it down a little bit. Extend it, slow it down a little bit. Extend it. Speed it up just a little bit. Yes.
I left my $30,000 business.
And then we're going to add a whoosh for the start. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to leave these sounds on 0, but normally they would be on -15 to -30.